Welcome to Late Room. I'm here with local creative personality, Sara Donnachie.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Sara Donnachie, what are your talents? A lot of people have seen you around in the Gloucester County area and in the Salem County area?
Yeah, in the Philadelphia region.
Tri-state Philadelphia region.
The greater Philadelphia region.
Sara Donnachie is a musician.
I am.
But she's more than just a musician.
She's a philanthropist.
She's a philanthropist.
I was a radio DJ for a while.
Sara is going to tell us about being a radio DJ on 89.7 WGLS FM.
Yeah.
Tell us all about that.
Well, I had my own rock show called Sarah's I'm sorry. You guys are making I didn't think this would be funny. I used to do Mondays from 9 to 11, which I think you tuned into. Many moons ago, I had a very small following, and they came up to me and they were like, "Oh, Sara, are you Sara from Sarah's All Around Rock Block?" Like someone recognized me from my radio show, from my college radio, and it was super cool. And he told me that he gets together with all of his friends on Monday nights and they drink beer and listen to my show. Oh, at the end of this block, you have 30 seconds to kill. Say something creative. Add your own flair to this rock show.
Be creative.
Yeah.
To say.
How does one be creative?
Do they teach you how to be creative?
No, they just kind of throw you in the water, and then you have to.
Suggestions, like to talk about the weather.
Well, see, you already talk about the weather. That's part of the program.
You can mention if it's raining. You can say, "Wow, it's really coming down out there."
Sure.
Wow. If you play a Creedence Clearwater Revival song,
you can do a pun.
They're usually about rain, right? At least the hits are. So
tying the song into the weather is a very fun and quippy thing to do on the radio for sure.
Martha Reeves, Heat Wave.
Yeah, there's a heat wave outside today. Stuff like that.
They should play that song for 24 hours.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
There are more Dr. Hoss now than they ever were, or most people ever will be. I once knew a doctor who told me son, don't ever play with guns. But that doctor was actually my mother.
A woman can also be a doctor. This is the 21st century. We have women doctors now. Get used to it.
Yes, very good point. What should someone do if they don't feel well?
Hi, and welcome to Late Room. I have here Mr. Blue Francis, local creative personality. Blue's going to tell us about the time he got struck by lightning, or almost got struck by lightning.
I guess it's all how you think about it there, but I surely felt the lightning. So what it was, I was living in this place in Tuckerton, New Jersey. When you would go out on the beach, in the neighboring town, you could actually see Atlantic City, and you could see Long Beach Island. But anyway,
To the lightning.
yeah, so there was a storm.
Okay.
And so I decide I'm going to go up in the attic, and I grab me a hammer, and I'm like, oh sure, I'm going to go up there and like fix this leak, as if I knew what I was doing or even what to look for.
Sure.
So I go up in the attic, I look at the ceiling of the attic. Suddenly, the whole ceiling above me flashes white. But it's like an X-ray. It was almost like sunlight coming through lattice work.
Sure.
So the whole ceiling just like lights up white right before my eyes. So flash, and then shock comes right up my arm. But it was enough for me. Like I bolted out of there, man. I flew downstairs. When I went to turn on my TV, this was a color television set. This color television set is now a black and white set.
Blew it out.
So the TV worked, but there was no color.
When the lightning occurred,
Yeah.
did you feel like you took in some ionic energy or something?
I don't know if it slowed me down or sped me up, yeah.
In The Ghost of Frankenstein, the monster is very sluggish.
Yeah.
It's through the countryside. And the lightning comes down and strikes him, and he's all better. You know, is that what it was like?
Oh, I see what you mean.
I saw that, experienced that. So why don't you,
I don't think I felt rejuvenated.
you guys can comment or write in if you want and tell us about times that you've had encounters with lightning and what that was like for you.
Yeah, I think I knocked a couple bulbs out. The color did eventually come back to the TV.
When a man is electrocuted via lightning, do you think he can put a bulb in his mouth like Uncle Ted? Like it might be killed, but would it work for the bulb? Experiment?
You wouldn't think that would work, but who's to say, right?
Yeah, scientists would probably know.
There are people that they say they put on watches, and the watches do weird things like stop or go faster or whatever like that, go back in time. Maybe like Moses. Remember Moses came down from the mountain and he was like all glowy and stuff, and he actually had to...
He had been electrocuted by
put
lightning.
like a veil. Well, not exactly, but...
Tell us about a time that someone may have contacted you from beyond the grave, let's say.
Well,
Sarah's sister lives in Alloway, and she lives right across the street from the Hancock house.
That's all the way out there, isn't it?
It's all the way out there. And that's where, in the 1700s, the late 1700s, many regimental soldiers were bayoneted to death in the living room.
it's just awful. Well, a lot of people I know have seen paranormal happenings at the Hancock house. People that I'm close to. My sister, for one, and her husband, and my father, one time, saw a ghost up in the top floor. He walked up and he rang the doorbell because he just wanted to go in the house, because you can't go into the house. It's like a historic landmark. And they rang the doorbell, and he looked up and saw a man in the top story, and he figured it was just a guy. And a second later, someone opened the door, and my dad was like, oh, like thanks for opening the door. I saw somebody upstairs, and they said that there was nobody upstairs. Not only was there nobody upstairs, but the upstairs was completely sealed off. Like no one, you were not allowed to go up there. No one is up there. But he saw somebody up there, and he told them. And they didn't seem fazed at all, and they were like, yeah, that doesn't surprise us. We see things here all the time.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about the early days of the Revolutionary War in Old Gloucester County, in the areas that are no longer part of Gloucester County. Back then they were.
Right.
Hancock's Bridge.
Hancock's Bridge, where all those men were slaughtered. A different set of men were slaughtered at Hancock's Bridge. A lot of slaughter going on around your sister's house. Sarah has a house who is haunted. Children are often considered to be sensitive to,
Happenings.
paranormal frequencies. I wonder why that is.
It's because they got small brains.
Their brains are still developing, and their senses are probably hyper sharpened.
I'll bet children are so young when they're that age that they remember what it's like to be dead.
The states collide for the Civil War. Yes, it's the North against the South in what will undoubtedly be the clash of the century. Lines will be crossed, boundaries will be tested. We'll see brother against brother in a no-holds-barred showdown. Ladies and gentlemen, be there April 12, 1861. The Civil War will be the one you don't want to miss.
Try safely and race against the line for more championship flag.
Yeah. I feel comfortable right now.
Of course. Naturally.
I'm the most comfortable I've ever been in my life. I've sang in several choirs, and I have written several songs, and sometimes I perform them. I'm currently working on a new style, because I always did kind of acoustic guitar, singer-songwritery things. And now I'm working on kind of a more hard rock thing. Wow, thank you so much. Oh. Wow, thank you for it. This is a lot.
I like all kinds of music. And,
Like what?
sometimes I like other kinds. The sun's already down, so.
Whoa,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Throughout the annals of rock and roll history, who do you think is your favorite guitar player?
Guitar player?
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know.
The wounds are all I'm being
his victory. Don't let these shakes go on. It's time we had a break from it. Send me to the rear, where the tides of madness swell, and men sliding into hell. Oh, please, don't let these shakes go on. And on. And on. And on.
That's what it says. That's
That's
what it is.
I'm moving to Gainesville, Florida, which apparently has a very big punk rock scene.
Oh boy.
So I'm hoping to play some more aggressive rock music because I've always wanted to play that kind of music, and hopefully it will vibe well with the new scene. That
Do you think your parents would like the aggressive rock music that you're planning to play?
No,
No.
I think they would hate it. I think they would prefer singer-songwriter Sarah.
Do you think that
SSS.
you're doing it because they would hate it,
No,
or you just don't care what they think?
I don't care what they think. I just want to express myself.
Yeah.
We're not beholden to our father's vows.
I like my parents.
I like my parents too, Francis.
I like your parents too.